Just slide this over so they won't fall on the ground.
Okay. Well.
My face looks shiny. I'm glistening. I'm shining. I'm shining. We're on. All right, man. Thank you for having me and allowing me to share my experience, my journey with the people, with everybody. I just kind of wanted to talk about this entire journey and what got me into fitness. You know, a lot of times I hear people asking me, "Why do you do this? How do you do this day in and day out? Like get up and exercise and eat decent meals on a regular basis?" And you know, I got to a point where I got kind of like sick almost. You know, let me rewind a little bit. I started out in a rap group. It's called Young Problems with a Z, and business was okay. Actually, that's a lie. Business was really bad. So I needed work. I needed something to do. I had all these tattoos, and no one would hire me. So I ended up trying to get a job at Whole Foods, and Whole Foods hired me because they have a different culture there, and their whole mindset is we accept people as they are. At least it was that way back in 2010 when I got hired on. And so with being at Whole Foods, I was kind of introduced to a completely different culture. It was like a counterculture because I started working in the Montrose area. And that whole area and that culture was something that I wasn't used to. I didn't grow up that way. I grew up southwest side of Houston in the hood, you know, so it was a very different type of mentality. And so when I was exposed to something different, it was addictive. Like it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I guess it was kind of like how most people experience college, and they have the frat parties or the college parties, the house parties and all this. And there's a lot of drinking. There's a lot of other stuff going on. And so for me, moving into the Montrose area was kind of like my quote unquote college life experience almost. And it was a lot of fun. There was a lot of punk rock shows, a lot of art events, a lot of metal shows, and a lot of house shows, and just parties all the time. And with those parties, there was a lot of drinking, you know, and there was a lot of bar hopping, bicycling through the city and hopping from bar to bar and doing a lot of drinking. There was a lot of hanging out in parks and doing a lot of drinking. And so you hear the common denominator is a lot of drinking. And man, I had a blast. But eventually, like after about 4 or 5 years of doing that consistently, day in and day out, it took a toll on my body. You know, my body was like, I mean, when I got started I wasn't a spring chicken when I started, you know. When I moved into Montrose, I was already 30, you know, so it's kind of like a late bloomer almost. And so I was no spring chicken by any stretch of the imagination. And yeah, that lifestyle caught up with me really fast. I actually felt really ill at one point. Like severe, like liver damage. Nothing, I mean, it could have been life-threatening if I had stayed on that path, but it was enough to wake me up and say, like, it scared the crap out of me. I was like, okay, I need to figure some things out. Maybe I need to just start drinking a little less. Maybe I need to, you know, start taking better care of myself and doing some things differently. And that's when, I was suffering with depression. I was suffering with anxiety. I was suffering through a lot of different mental disorders that a lot of people that I know go through or are going through currently. And so I wanted to do something different. I wanted to make a change, and I did. And I continued cycling because it was a passion that I had, and I started drinking less. And then a friend of mine invited me out to a CrossFit gym, and that was like a mind blow to me. It was like, what the hell is this? Like, these guys and these women are in here killing it. And they were so supportive of each other. And it was like nothing I had ever seen in the fitness realm. I was kind of used to everybody go to the gym or they run around the park and you kind of do your own thing. Well, this was all inclusive. Everybody was like, hey, patting each other on the back. In all walks of life, there were people that were super fit and there were people that were just beginning, and everybody, it seemed like felt there was like a welcoming environment there. And I latched on to that like no other. And from then, I eventually, like I said, started drinking a lot less. And that became the new addiction. Fitness became the new addiction. It's like this weird thing about addiction is it never goes away. You kind of have to find something else to be addicted to. Something that's more beneficial for you and for your health. And so for me, it was fitness. It was making sure I'm eating the right things. And I kind of shift gears into that direction. And oddly enough, a lot of the things that was going on with me, like brain fog and just fatigue, 24-hour fatigue, even after long nights of sleep, anxiety, a lot of those things started going away. And I was like, wait, I actually feel better. Like it's not just that I've wanted to like maybe shed a couple pounds or whatever. And it was actually like, okay, I feel mentally better than I have ever felt. This is how, and I recall, I was like, man, this is how I used to feel when I was young. Like when I was Saturday morning cartoon, waking up and, eating Fruity Pebbles and watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But that feeling, that young, like full of life type of feeling that I had then, it came back. And I didn't even realize that it had left until it came back. And I was like, wow, I'm feeling life again. Like life feels okay again, And so it became really easy for me to stick with this when I started feeling a lot better. And then I started putting it out on social media because quite frankly, I got tired of seeing like my friends get sick, pass away for different reasons. And a lot of times it was due to like mental disorders. And a lot of these things we're unknowingly doing to ourselves by our lifestyle choices. And I wanted to share that feeling of, holy crap, life feels good again. I wanted to share that with people. I wanted people, mainly my friends, family, to experience that too. And to know that, man, this is where it's at. You don't realize it when you're in your place because it just feels like this is the reality. But so I started sharing it. I started sharing my transformations. I started talking about going to the gym. I started posting pictures of the food that I was eating, and a lot of my friends were really receptive of it. I lost a lot of friends too. And I don't think it was anything, I don't think it was, I'm hoping that it wasn't due to like them being judgmental of my new lifestyle. But I did lose some friends along the way that just didn't quite understand what I was doing, and they didn't understand the lifestyle, and they felt like, oh, you changed. You're not the same person that you used to be, and they couldn't accept it. And it was like, well, yeah, I did kind of change. I did. I mean, I still love you, but I did change, and I started hanging out less because this became important to me, because I wanted to make sure I had the energy to wake up in the morning and exercise, because it just felt so damn good to feel young and vibrant again. So yeah, from time to time, people ask me like, yeah, how do you wake up? But how do you wake up every day and do this every day? And you kind of have to get to the point where you understand, or you believe to the core of yourself that you are high quality, a high quality person. It's just like if you have a Ferrari or a Lamborghini in the driveway, you're gonna put the high quality gas in it. You're gonna make sure it's clean. You're gonna take care of that car because it's high quality. And so that's the same thing with yourself. You kind of want to the core of you, believe and know that I am a high quality individual. And when you start to believe that, then it made those decisions a lot easier. It was like, yeah, I want to put the right stuff in my body because I deserve it. Yeah, I want to go exercise and do great things for my body because I deserve it. I mean, does that mean I don't enjoy a beer here and there every couple weeks? No, that's not what I'm saying, because I still do. But in moderation, you want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. And so I came up with this this whole idea of taking that leap of faith. Like I stated earlier, I was working at Whole Foods, and I had began to exercise and work out, and I had some friends that wanted to exercise and work out with me, and they did, and they came along, and we would go to the park, and they were like, man, you're really good at motivating me and keeping me inspired. You should probably be a trainer or a coach. And I was like, that's an interesting idea. So I toyed with that idea, talked to my wife about it, and she was like, yeah, you're really good, because I mean, you even got me out here and I'm enjoying it. And I was like, okay. So then I realized I can make a living off of doing the thing that makes me feel good. So then the world opened up for me. So then I ended up I dropped down to part-time at Whole Foods because I was full-time at one point. I took a leap of faith and I went part-time, and I started studying and taking classes to be a personal trainer. And it was scary as hell thinking about being a trainer and not having that cushion of a 9-to-5 job, or like, that money is coming in because it's all you got to do is show up and do your work. And it was cush. It was so cush. And so it was scary as hell. I was like, man, I don't know if I should do this. What if I can't help, because at that time, my girlfriend and I, she was my girlfriend at the time, she's my wife now. My girlfriend and I were living together, and I wanted to make sure that I could, help half of the bills, help around, I wanted to be able to pull my own weight. And so it was a scary decision to make because the money from training wasn't guaranteed. And but I took that leap of faith anyway. And I ended up going to that college, to Lone Star College. I took the course, got a certification, passed the course. It was like maybe a 6-month program, I believe. And then the gym that I attended, I just started training there. Before I became a trainer, I was just going to that gym. And one of the owners, he talked me up and he was like, man, I see you bringing people in. I see you bringing your friends in. You're motivating them. He said you would make a great trainer. And so I ended up training at that gym. And it was crazy because it was like I took a leap of faith. And I guess my message for people is like, you're never ready. You never feel like you're ready to do anything. There is no such thing as I'm ready. It's just do it. It's just a right now. It's just a thing that you have to do. And you have to take that leap of faith. And so for me, I like to call it the one jump. And that's how I came up with this name for a fitness company. But I wanted it to be more than just geared towards fitness. I wanted to be able to help people understand and give people the confidence to take that leap of faith into doing the thing that they love to do, whether it be getting that promotion at your job, or whether it be, going out and being the best artist that you can be, the best musician that you can be, playing your first gig. I wanted to empower people to take that one jump, take that leap of faith. And I understood that through exercise and through fitness, it's better for brain function. You think better, your thoughts, you process thoughts a lot clearer, you take more calculated risks. And so that's how I tie the two into like fitness, and then you take this fitness life and allow that to make your thing better, whatever your thing is. And so that's why I came with the name One Jump for a company, because it was take that one jump, take that leap of faith, do the thing that you're afraid to do. And if there is something that you're afraid to do, it's probably the thing you should do. And it gives me like chills just talking about it right now, because I had no idea that I would be where I am. But it's a weird thing how the world works and how the universe works. When you put things on your radar, you start noticing all the things that begin to work in your favor. It's just like if you drive a white Toyota, you're gonna start noticing white Toyota Tacomas everywhere. You didn't notice them at first, but they've been there. And the reason you notice them now is because you have one and it's on your radar now. So now it's so easy to spot a white Toyota Tacoma truck everywhere. And I want people to understand that it's the same thing for the drive that you have, or for your passion. When you put your passion on your radar, you will start noticing things that help you get to that place a lot easier. And these are things that have been there. It's just that our radar wasn't on it. It was on something else. And so I don't know. It's pretty cool. It's I've been lucky enough to help some of the people that I love in my life, to help turn their health around. And I just want to do the same for as many people as possible, to help turn things around for them. Because like I said, quite frankly, I'm just tired of seeing my friends pass away. It sucks, It's not, I hate to say it's not fair, because I hate to do that fair game, but it seems unfair, it does. And so I just kind of want to tilt the scales a little bit more into our favor and rebalance them out and help people to regain their life, regain their health, regain their mental state, and be happier. And that's why I'm here. One jump.